Hello? Hello? Are we back? Or hear it all? Oh no. Echo? What do you mean, echo? Wait, does that work? Did that do the echo? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? No! I'm so upset now! That was the weirdest in my nearly 60 years. In my nearly 6 years, yeah, we're back, and I gotta let the Discord know real quick. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Fuck. ASMR, I have to scream. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. That was so weird. There we go. Okay. Discord has been notified. I'm so scared now. I have no idea what happened. Also, somehow my captions were still working, and everything was detectable, but the audio just wasn't playing through OBS. And now I'm really scared. I want to have it keep playing. Keep talking to me so I know you're there. Please, voices in my head. I beg you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh my god damn it. God damn it. Today is a rough day. Today is a rough day. I'm not gonna lie to you, dust buddies. Today is a rough day. Thank you all for being here. Yes, let's hydrate and then let's pretend that didn't happen, and I'll go through the alerts properly. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what happened, and I'm so scared it's going to happen again. Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome in. Hi, hello. I'll give everything a second to catch up. And maybe like an extra second to adjust my audio levels. Good God, I'm so sorry, everyone. Welcome in. Hello. Hello. I hope you're well. Wait a minute. I think I know what's wrong. 1 second. 1 second, I'm gonna check something. Oh my God. I think, because this has been happening a lot recently, I'm worried that, like, one specific setting got changed. I was having to check my main audio setting for quite a while because for some reason Windows was automatically changing the what is it? Is it the bitrate from like for some reason it was changing it from like 48,000, which is supposed to be where it's at, to like 41,000. And that was causing this very weird delay on the microphone that would like pitch shift everything. It was very strange. Very strange. Sorry, welcome in everybody. Welcome in everybody. I hope everybody has seen the notice that we're back. Hi. Hi, we're back everyone. Welcome in. I'm shaking up my coconut water because I'm anxious now. I forgot my rings. Oh no. I forgot one of my favorite new pieces of ASMR kit. Fuck. I'm taking my mulligan over my previous hilariously bad. Oh yeah, that's the other part, is I get to catch up with all of you now. Get over here. Wait, hold on. Hi, hello to Marksy. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Hi, hello, Nicholas. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. And thank you for the 50 stream streak. Hi, hello, Cold Bloodify. I hope you're having a lovely night. Hi, hello, Caparian. Oh, and thank you, Cold Bloodify, for the 15 stream streak, where it's so easy. I know. I know, but thank you for being here. And thank you, and hello to Caparian. Thank you for the 3 stream streak. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. I'm gonna catch up with everyone now. What did you all type? Why does it always happen when there's such a lovely big group of dust bunnies trying to break in? Why? Why does it happen when you're all so diligent and you get here on time and you hang out and you even pregame, dare I say? Why does it always happen and I can't be frustrated about it because it's not a normal stream? It's a peaceful ASMR stream, which I might actually. There we go. The song always calms me down. That's how I think of you. I think a couple of people have said that they're fans of Tales from the Gas Station. I think of you guys as the little gnomes from that. You just kind of started appearing in a variety of places one day. Hi, Marksy, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened with the sounds. But we're good now. Welcome in, Angus. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a lovely night. Happy Wednesday. I'm sorry, we'll get into the proper spooky vibes very, very soon. I have to. I gotta compose myself. I'm a little agitated. We were an hour late, so as you can imagine, I was already having problems before stream. I was already having a little bit of a rough one, so, you know. Ooh, Ghost Watch. That's the one we'll listen to tonight. Is my. Okay, no, good. I have a second to adjust the audio. Thank goodness. I'm gonna do it anyway. You can't stop me. Okay. Do let me know. This might be a little bit loud. Just a little bit. I want it to be like haunting off in the distance. You're spending the night in a haunted house, and these are the ambient sounds that you hear as the ghosts creep and crawl through the halls. Does it elicit that feeling of you? I hope so. Because we're going to be reading some very scary stories tonight. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. Hi. Do you know where that meme is from, where it's a crow and it's like, I wish I were a human, and then it's you? Oh! I haven't seen one like that one specifically. Wait, did somebody make one? And it's me? It's me? No. I did the VTuber version of that one, where it was just like the the aspect, which is static. That's what our aspect is. It's cosmic background radiation. But if somebody made a meme of that and did me, I that would be I might throw up because that's pretty cool. Welcome in, Artori. I will sip some water here in just a second, I promise. For now, I have coconut water. Strawberry flavored coconut water. I also have a feeling I'm going to be stressed out for a while, especially after tech issues, so forgive me. Oh, that one squirted. That's the one. That's the one I made. I have the template if anybody wants me to send them the Clip Studio Paint file for it. I have the cleaned up template if anybody wants it. I'm pretty sure, at least. Wait, I wouldn't be able to put. I don't think I could share Clip Studio Paint file over Discord, unfortunately. Shoot. Shoot. Where did it go? No? Where did I thought I had saved it. Sorry, I'm laughing about something stupid. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't draw men very often. There's pretty much only been one character that's a guy that I've ever wanted to make art of, and I keep forgetting that I have two work in progress sketch pages, and I was totally not just using them as a way to study anatomy. Most certainly not. You can't catch me in that. Are you losing stuff already? It happens every time. I'm constantly losing things. What do you mean? There is no starting point for it. Does the beach party redeem have the pool boy shirt? No, unfortunately. That's the bubble clip, but wait a second. Wait a second. I might still have it. I don't wait, I pressed the wrong button first. Hold on. Hold on, I might still have it. I think I also have where did it go? I've got a different. I remember there was something funny I was gonna do for April Fool's Day, but I didn't get a chance to because I was sick. Is this the one? It's got the glasses, but that would be a cute extra little bit of that redeem, though, wouldn't it? If it just. If I could figure out the way to make that happen. I don't know if it would happen very smoothly with my computer, but you know. You know? This is pretty accurate to what I'm wearing today, so I'll take it. I'm glad you like it. Thank Gerard Way. Absolute icon of a performer. I don't like that redeem, it tells you to die. That's why it changes it. That's why it changes it. As a manic depressive person, the voice in my head telling me that I should die and then very quickly correcting to you should throw a beach party is very accurate to something that I deal with very frequently. Oh, Mega, thank you so much for the raid. I'm so sorry you don't get to hear Mira, but she's barking. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a lovely, lovely stream. What did you get up to? What did you get up to? Did you just hop in here because you wanted to hang out with us after your stream? That's very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. We're doing well. I got started really late because of some technical issues. And then we had to restart stuff because of some technical issues. It was goofy. It was goofy, but we're okay now. Ah, thank you. I'm glad that we can be a nice, peaceful place. I do like to be the dark, crawling dread rather than something loud and tearing through the halls. I like to stand right behind people specifically while they're looking into their computer screens, waiting for you to notice the difference in atmospheric pressure, perhaps hear the quiet breathing. Maybe you'll notice eventually. Or not. Or not. The Tonberry migration. Welcome in, Tonberries. Always in very good company. We do like our knives around here. We do. Oh boy, Jean, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope that you are having a lovely, lovely, lovely night. Lead pipes all the way. I know. I know. However, I think a good idea for me at the moment might be doing a little bit of stress relief. And even though nobody has redeemed it, which is fine, I'm gonna try to alternate between our favorite trigger redeems that we have. Because we've already got stories on the agenda. Why don't I treat you to one of my favorites, which is cutting paper. And while we do that, we can breathe. Oh my god, wait a minute, I'm being a terrible host. Sorry, 1 second, I'm being a terrible host. Hey, lovely dust bunnies. If you could give Omega some love, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. But also welcome in, Raiders. I hope that you are having a lovely, lovely Wednesday night. I must make a request of you. If you would so kindly take some time to take care of yourself. If my dust bunnies could take some time to take care of themselves as well, I'd greatly appreciate it. Get some water, get some food, stretch a little bit if you need to. Do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. A nice little self-care checklist is, of course, food, water, physical activity. Perhaps checking in on those around you, friends, family, pets. Tell your goldfish that I said hi. Do you have any medication or medical treatments that you need to do to make yourself feel better? I know it's hard sometimes, but it's worth it. I took my medicine way too late today. Hippos are pretty cool. Hippos are pretty cool, honestly. I think it's really cool to actually see very large animals up close. As long as you go to an ethical zoo, where they're there to just research different care methods for the animals and how to preserve them and everything. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if you get lucky enough to go to a really cool zoo that has a lot of big animals that you can see like really up close, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Oh right, hi Raiders, my name is TheRavenAnarchy. I'm the voice of Static, bringing to you live broadcast 160.4 Cosmic Background Radio. I am a horror VTuber. For those who maybe aren't familiar with ASMR, and to a greater extension because it is quite the niche, horror ASMR. The response created by specific stimuli can be very relaxing to some, and for others stimulating in a different way. And those are usually the two categories that you see the most. One might say they are even quite oversaturated. I would like to say a lot of things have already been done there. Whereas with horror, we take advantage of the response that's created, whether visually, auditorily. Sometimes I like to create a sort of phantom sensation, if possible. The feeling of little spiders, other insects crawling up your back, that tingling, hair-raising feeling that you get when the air gets just a little too cold too quickly. That's what I like to do. This is, however, quite an experience for some. And if it's not your cup of tea to be kept on the edge of your seat, afraid of the shadows in your room, no judgment. I get it. We are exemplifying horror tonight, where normally, when we play horror games, we are appreciating the horror. Tonight, I try my hardest to invoke it. So if that's not your cup of tea, not a problem at all. Please feel free to stop back in on another night when we're just having fun. But if you do want to try a new experience, or if you are seasoned in horror content, this might be kind of fun for you. A little bit different, a little new. Changing things is never a bad thing, right? That's exactly why I like playing with phantom sensations. The way... So this is an interesting one. And I was spurred to this thought from a recent video that I watched. How many of you here like watching Wendigoon's videos? I'm quite partial to the analog horror deep dives, and though those are rare and far in between, the historical accounts of conspiracy are also quite fascinating to me. Most recently, he talked about an analog horror project called Angel Engine. And there's something quite fascinating about it and the conversation that it brings up. It is, I must say, the only mostly generative AI analog horror piece that I've seen, thankfully. You don't tend to see this too much in horror. And the key to it was the main part of Isaiah's criticism for the series. Though he felt like there was potential, something missed the mark. And it wasn't just the use of the AI itself. It was the themes there into the story, playing into the medium that it was presented in. It is, Marksy, it is. That is the one. It is quite fascinating as a premise. One point of contingency for enjoyment of the series comes from its story and how that negatively clashes with the medium that they choose to use for it. Specifically, the idea of trapping an angel, a gift from God to people. It is not Prometheus's fire, it is not taken, it is happily bestowed. Hi, hello, Cruisenick darling, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely night, hun. And also, thank you so much for the follow, Charlie. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. The angel gives its infinite power, its infinite potential, its infinite love for humanity. And humanity takes and purges with all that it has. It deprives the angel of justice, of watching humans take its power and become something greater. They become worse. And worse things crawl out of the darkness at the bottom of Pandora's box before anything good could ever come from it. Very similar to this idea of use of generative AI. It's about staying the course. It's not about changing, it's not about ascending, it's not about becoming something more. It is about production, faster and faster and faster, depleting the resources more and more and more, until there is nothing left. Until the thing that can give infinitely has nothing to give to. All-out destruction, brought on by selfish consumption. And so within that, it feels as if there are simply ideas that are being played with in the abstract, but they are not being appreciated. For if the inferable aspects of the story, because there's pretext, subtext, and context, and then there's the text itself. What does the text say? Unfortunately, because it is presented through generative AI, you can only infer, but it does not mean that what you are inferring is actually implied. Your mind is having to fill in the gaps of meaning, desperately trying to find something in something that is nothing. Are you taking trigger requesting? Oh, yes, absolutely. Did I not re-enable it? Oh, god damn it. I'm sorry, 1 second, let me get that. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll let you guys put the shirt. God damn it. You might need to refresh for it to be available, but it should be there now. I'm sorry, Omega. You got it. While I finish my rant, we will do a 3-card spread. What is your vague question to the universe? Absolutely. Absolutely. The reading may give us a better idea of where you need the affirmations after all. Try to focus in on the question that you would like to ask. Something vague, maybe guidance on a project or an issue that you have, or broad strokes. How does the universe see something play out for you? Nothing too particular. We don't want anything to be too specific. You want the vague parts of this to stand out, and for your mind and natural connection with the universe itself to bring things together for you. Or, if you're not comfortable stating what you would like some advice on specifically from the universe, we can just see what the cards have to say. I will do a 3-card spread. First card representing the past, second the present, and 3 the future. I'm gonna fold our cards a couple more times, being our proxy for Omega. During the folding, I like to think about the things of the individual that I know of chat. A nice little red thread of fate tying us together for just a moment. So something that Angel Engine sort of exposes is not only are there consumers of art that feel this way, but there are people who also want to create art that feel this way. Howling, welcome in. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely Wednesday night. Welcome in. And the idea is effectively that there are some people that have been shown art. Different forms, whether it's a piece, a film, a song, an exploration of something, maybe like a long series that gives you little bits and pieces as you go. They have perceived art and not had feelings invoked from it, and therefore that creates a personal association, but instead have been shown things and told what they are supposed to feel from those ideas and those themes and those images that are brought out in the art. And so that has created the association. Why is Freddy Fazbear's face scary? It's because you've been told that it's scary and uncanny. But is it really? You have been told that the idea of angels made into perverse machines is scary. But are you actually scared of that? Have you thought for a moment how horribly tragic it would be for a God that had forsaken us eons ago to send an angel knowing what we would do to it? This is fascinating, though. Some people have talked about, especially for younger horror fans, that there seems to be a disconnect. And until this, I hadn't realized what that disconnect is. But it is most certainly that people have been choosing not to feel. They have simply been told. And they don't digest those feelings. They don't even chew on them. It simply flows in and it flows out. Nothing stays, nothing remains, no change, no part of you is altered from the exposure to art. I'm not saying that I'm happy about this revelation, mind you. Good to know where it is, though. And now, with that very silly rant out of the way, with that very silly rant out of the way, let us read Omega's fortune. Okay, but oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie. If you need some time to take care of yourself, I like to encourage self-care where I can. And sometimes that's just little things. If you haven't had a chance to get some food, get some water, kind of just be with yourself for a moment. One of my favorite quotes from Twin Peaks is from Dale Cooper, where he says that you should give yourself a treat every day. It's not about spending money or anything like that. Sometimes that treat could just be giving yourself space to be, if that's what you mean. My little treat is Strawberry Monster, but that's just me. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Right, it's Wednesday. I can't. No, you cannot. He is sleeping. The hamster is sleeping. He is just a little baby. Don't hurt him. Media literacy. I think that's a very good place to identify it, is that we thought that it was just media literacy, that the text was being read and there was subtext, pretext, and context that wasn't being understood. But the text wasn't being read at all. It was being completely put aside. Oh, Fahrenheit 451 is one of my favorite books. I have a bit of a writer's crush on Ray Bradbury personally because I like his horror a lot. Our first card for Omega, representing the past, is the Tower. It is one of the members of the Arcana, number 16. The moment in which everything changes, upheaval, crisis, falling, a potentially unpleasant revelation, and the relinquishing of control. Oh, I gotcha. We are currently, in the background, we have Ghost Watch, haunted house ambience. I find it quite relaxing, but I know not everybody does. So since this card is in the past position, depending on the guidance that you seek, there may have been a particular moment in your past where a revelation come together, where you had this clarity moment about something, either about yourself, about the way you see the world. I would usually err it on the side of being fairly personal rather than the world itself changing. What does everybody get up to during the ASMR streams? I'm very curious. Some of you are quite active. TFM, thank you for the 7 stream streak. Thank you so much. And here I thought I shouldn't stream tonight. How silly of me. So perhaps there's something in your past that is very similar to the hurdle that you have in front of you at the moment. Look back. Try not to wallow, because that's something that can sometimes happen when we're trying to find our exact place in these things. Try not to wallow in anything. But if you have other memories that are invoked when you think about this trial, try and connect them together a little bit. We might get some further answers as we check our next card, representing the present. Enter, observe while reading. Ooh, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Welcome in, Lucidio. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Welcome in. And thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated, Charlie. I should. I should. I'm being bad. I'm the I'm the chores person. Aw. I love that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think as a horror creator, the best thing that somebody can tell you is that they listen to you while they're cleaning. Genuinely, genuinely, that makes me very happy. Had a little bit of a rough one today. It was a little bit of a rough day. We're getting through it though. Our card representing the present is the Four of Pentacles. And this card is also reversed. Controlling the physical aspects of your life in order to maintain the status quo. This card combines stability with health and wealth. Upright, this card calls attention to the balance between a spendthrift or a miser. Reversed, it could be warning that the subject may not be as stable as they think they are. Ooh, that's quite fun. That's quite fun with the previous stated. I think the universe is trying to tell us that you are facing a hurdle that you have been through before, and there is a risk, if you do not learn from the past, of you falling into the same pit again. That's fun. That's a fun one. I like that. Alright, Tina. I do hope that you feel better, Lucidio. As always, never forget to check in with all of your basic needs. It is insane how much making sure your body has the stuff that it needs to deal with everything can make easier. I go good with Machiavelli. Yay! Yippee! I feel like that's just what a Malkavian hears inside their head the entire time. Machiavelli's stories playing out in front of them and a deranged VTuber on the internet. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have a lot of rough days, unfortunately. But we're getting better. We're getting better. My next little piece of sick girl memorabilia, if you will, we're gonna get some wrist braces and some compression gloves since my hands have been giving me more trouble recently. It's little stuff like that, but don't worry too much. Oh. Our third card, representing the future, is the Page of Pentacles. And this will be a fun thing to mention towards the end. But everything... The tower itself is already an incredibly, and this is going to sound silly, it's already an incredibly occult card. It itself is referencing stuff usually in a metaphysical kind of sense, in a spiritual kind of sense, something between our world and the other side. So then to have that followed by the pentacles, which are that symbol of the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and spirit, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun that that came together like that. I hope everybody cares about themselves. I know it's hard to love yourself sometimes, but if you take care of yourself the way that you take care of others that you love, that's a pretty good way to, you know, convince yourself. I don't hear anything in my head. Nothing? Are you sure? I'm sure we could implant some kind of suggestion if you really wanted. Screaming simple monkeys. They sound very anxious. They sound very anxious. Maybe you need some potassium. Maybe your body's telling you to eat some bananas. Always trying our best out here. Don't those have to be a nickname? The Malkavian? Wait. Like the The Moon Children? There's a few different ones. It kind of depends. Welcome in, Reload. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. How? Wait. How tall are? Oh, how are we doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing better now. Because I'm watching Spider-Man 90s per year. I didn't know that I sound like Jennifer Hill. I'll have to listen back to it. It is. It is. Sorry, that's what I was referencing. I was referencing VTM. It's one of my favorite things of all time. There's too many already. I don't know what you're doing here, then. If you don't want me to be the voice in your head, I don't know what you're doing here. No void offerings today. Oh. Oh, but you're so sweet. Every single one of you. The Page of Pentacles. Symbolically, this card may represent an imminent message of good fortune, or a short spell of growth and luck. As a person, so if you're having current issues with a person in your life, Riwan? I almost said Rinwar. Welcome in, Riwan. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. As a person, this card may represent someone in the subject's life who is hands-on, hardworking. Reversed, which this card is reversed, it indicates a turn of bad luck, or that the hard-working Page of Pentacles in your life may turn obstinate or unhelpful. Ooh, how interesting. How interesting. So we have warnings of pitfalls. Sorry, I slapped the shit out of the mic. So we have warnings of pitfalls. We have a lot of warnings about pitfalls, depending on what the specific question that you had for the universe is. I think, because the feeling I'm getting, forgive me if my clairvoyance is off, it is sometimes a little bit. If there is somebody causing you trouble, it may be very similar, the cause of it may be very, very similar to something that you've had before. Perhaps even there is a bit of childish pettiness, or perhaps schoolyard drama behind what is happening. As adults, there's a very easy fix for this, which is always communication. If you have any worry that you or somebody else might not be on the same page, feel free to check in. Remember that people might have a variety of different reasons for feeling or thinking the things that they do, and it's not about anybody being wrong. It's about the way that that energy comes out, even if it's causing more harm than betterment. Give yourself patience. Give yourself others patience. In the terms of affirmations, remember, time is infinite. There's no reason to rush through everything. Treat others with that same kindness that you would want them to treat you with. Feel free to take things slow and simply double check with everybody. I think for what the cards revealed to us, that's pretty good. But in the terms of sinister affirmations, don't let anybody make you smaller. Don't be afraid to take up space. Let the multitudes that you are, because you're a person, you have so much inside of you. Don't let anybody try to box that up. And if you need to step away to let your freak flag really fly, give yourself space for that. I think that is a good course of action. All right, I'm catching up with everybody. Aw, thank you, TFM. Let's see, I did miss a couple of messages. I just crushed beer cans with a morning star while listening to doom music. Well, that does sound like fun. On a Wednesday? I'm gonna try to catch up with chat very quickly. We do have an ad break coming up, and I tried to skip a bunch of them. So I am out of skips. We have about a minute 35 before our ad plays. We'll take a little break when they pop up so nobody misses a thing. And I will encourage everyone to take a moment to take care of themselves. It's about a 3-minute break, so you don't get, bombarded with pre rolls or anything. So feel free to take your time. Oh, you were thinking of fish milks. That's the one, Lucidio. Usually, players who play their Malkavian characters a bit more slapstick than what's intended get the fish milk title. It's kind of supposed to be derogatory, but you can make it fun. It's my favorite store on the Citadel. Wait a minute. I don't think I actually get that joke. I don't get that joke. Store on the Citadel. Not the godforsaken voice line. I'm gonna get you. I'm not sweet. I'm especially salty today. You're all incredibly sweet. I don't know what you're saying. You always say incredibly nice, sweet things to me, and then you come here and then you hang out and you listen to me ramble about things. That's incredibly sweet, I think. It's the way I recently finished the trilogy for the first time. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't played Mass Effect. I'm sorry, I haven't. I was more into Fallout. Oh, thank you, Rewan. Thank you. I'm very glad that you like it. I also like your very cute, very edgy emotes. They're very adorable. Very adorable. Okay, wait, I gotta catch up with everybody before the ad. Renoir. Renoir. Is that how I should say it? Is that right? Well, this reading seals it. You need to smother Mary with a pillow. Never! Never! PvP as of late. Oh, I get that. I get that. Oh my god, as somebody with BPD, that is exactly how I would describe a lot of the things that go on in my head is fucking self-induced PvP. This shit sucks. Well, with that, our ad should be starting very soon, so everyone, if you could take some time to take care of yourself, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll get catched up with chat while I take a quick break. Do it. Is it the girl failure tag? How do we keep just like drawing in people with You know what? You know what? Sisterhood. Sisterhood. Hell yeah. Alright, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. I promise we'll all catch up together. See you soon. Welcome back from the ad, everybody. We have a little bit of a special treat. How do you guys feel about hair brushing ASMR? Cruiseneck. Everybody in chat's Pookie Wookie. I keep looking over to see if I'm making him giggle. It hasn't happened yet. Everybody's favorite Pookie Wookie, Cruiseneck, has incredibly long, luscious, beautiful hair. Unfortunately, after he showers, it needs a lot of brushing. He is my princess, so it's okay. Also, I just thought it would be funny. But welcome back, everybody. Hi. Can you guys hear me? I want to double check on the audio. Are we good? Did it break again? Sister for puberty, but I'm a fail. Do I qualify? Yes, we are all girl failures. It's GRRLS. Girls. Girl failures. Everybody falls in that category, even if you're a little guy. Okay. I actually don't know how much of this it'll pick up. I haven't tried this before. It doesn't pick up anything. Never mind. It doesn't pick up anything. Never mind. We tried. We'll finish this and then we'll come back properly. If anybody has any trigger redeems that they have, feel free to go ahead. Let them stack up now. I think it would make more sound, but your hair is so healthy now. Yeah, it doesn't pick up anything. I keep seeing posts from a lot of VTubers being like, oh, audio quality is such a particular thing. Some people have such terrible, terrible audio quality. And they list like 5 different programs that they think you should be running at the same time to get good audio quality. I'm over here with an Elgato mic and I have never had a problem. No idea. I have no idea what everybody's issue is. Gonna buy some groceries online. Ooh, hell yeah, that's the way to go, Marksy. That's what I do. Sort of. Other times, like, big crates of supplies just show up at the station. What you getting, though? Anything good? Did you hydrate, darling? Thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated, TFM. All the voids are hydrating. Nice. And we should be good. Probably some mushroom and some more ground. I acquired a giant container of mushrooms. Guess who's having omelets for the rest of the week? If you were, hypothetically, to say anything to the dust bunnies over here. That's probably. Yeah, that's like you for the bunnies. Turn more. Thank you. What do you think? Oh wait, you can be the anime girl if you want to. There you go. Considering how much people say that I look like a nun, especially, Krusnik is the one that has like the pious rules for himself. You will never hear him speak under any circumstances. It can't happen. I don't know why. Something about the path he walks. 'Cause, 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 everything other than your part. Get out of here. Cutie. You want your glasses? Test Bunnies, that was our first guest appearance on the stream. Did you like that? Yoki! Oh shit, welcome in! I hope you're having a lovely night. Hi. Man was like cool as a cucumber. That was so fucking fun. I didn't have my headphones on either, which I've noticed that when I try to talk to myself the way that I talk on stream without headphones on, it's like... Where's the speaking coming from? Oh, it's the music. Oops, sorry. I thought I was going crazy again. Might have another stream opens. I'm hearing tapping. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are we okay? I'm not hearing tapping on anything at the moment. I think we're okay. I think we're good. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. Nobody minds, right? Nobody minds, right? Alright, wait. I am gonna do something kind of fun. I'm gonna do something fun. Give the man some love. He deserves it. He deserves it. He thinks he doesn't. He thinks he doesn't, but he does. Welcome back from the ads and the very silly break. Oh, wait a minute. I think the microphone on my headphones got turned on for a second. Uh-oh. Is it broken? Nah, no, we're good. Okay. I have a very easy way to check my audio now. OBS made a really sick update. It's just a button. It's just a button now. It's fantastic. Well, would anybody like a scary story? Oh, you're good. Aw. But I like scary stories. I think some scary stories are in order. I'm going to stretch just a little bit. Encourage everybody to take care of themselves for a moment. It's the stories. Oh, well. Oh, well. If you say so. If you say so. I like the freaking out all caps, I'm not gonna lie. But it makes me... it gives me the giggles. It's the only time when I mess with people is when I sometimes think that somebody is going to in caps yell at me. I woke up feeling well rested. I think I slept all night long, but it had already been an hour. Does that count as... Did you have any kind of dream? Do you remember anything? You might have had one of those dreams where you go off into another reality and live an entire lifetime. Do you remember your family? I don't think I could scare Vax. I don't think I could do it. I might try, but I don't think that I could. So we've read a lot of creepypastas recently. I decided to specifically look for short story SCPs that we could read. The poltergeist pasta. The dang it, I was trying to think of ghastly something. What's a type of pasta that, like, the particular name is starts with a G? I know there's something. I know there's something, but I can't place my finger on it. I looked up ghastly gnocchi. Ah, man. Fuck. You're right, but it sucks. It sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. I decided to look at a bunch of short story SCPs, and I have a list of them brought to us by the goofballs over on the SCP subreddit. And it's a few years old. It's a few years old. So there's quite a bit on here. I figured we just pick from here unless anybody had any specific stories that they liked. I've got my favorite, if you want us to read that. There's a boogeyman one. It is very short and sweet. I like it quite a lot. Hold on. But if I could just be like any entity, any of them, I'd be the lake that you don't recognize the bodies in the water of. That one's my favorite. The post-apocalyptic radio station is the other one that's pretty good. Garganelli. Ghastly Garganelli! That's the one! Hell yeah, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to clap like that. Good God. SCP-001 when day breaks. Really? Those would be your choices? Really? I feel like a lot of people tell me daybreak. And I just like... I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't get under my skin like it does for other people. Horror is weird and sometimes just affects people differently. Sometimes that's all there is to it. But for some reason that one just like, I don't know. I don't get it. Gimli, that's not a type of pasta. That's a man that was on an adventure. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, it's the cute little curly Q one. Oh. I think it's better to read the SCPs through the radio filter than the, like, spooky corridors. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna, like, clear my throat real quick. I've been noticing that I've been talking kind of lazily today. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow, Feed Inspector. Oh, brother. Hell yeah, recognized by finally. Oh, thank fucking God somebody finally came out. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Absolutely, Yogi. Is there anything, anything in particular, but really vague that you want to describe that you'd like affirmations on, or just general stuff? I'll go with the vibes. I'll improv based on the vibes otherwise. Okay, I think you're starting to summon something in chat, darling. I think you're summoning in chat. Alright, it's Chef's choice. Ah. Sorry, I like clanked my nail against my glass really, really hard. I'm having to like shake the blood out of it so it doesn't just swell up. Composure. Composure is a hard one. Because it's something that you're asked of a lot. Sorry, consider this the start of the affirmations. Composure is the thing that is asked of us a lot. Whether it's you get hurt and you're asked to keep calm, because if you yell, if you raise your voice, if you use expletives to express yourself, that might be too much for the others around you. You have to be considerate of others, even when you're suffering. It no longer becomes assist yourself before assisting others. It becomes tailor yourself to others. Make yourself palatable to others. And sometimes, time and place, professionalism. You don't want to show your freak flagged at the family gathering. But there should be other places where you can scream if you want to. Where you can take every little ounce of frustration that you have and just let it out. Because there's nothing wrong with being frustrated. That's the lie that we're told there. You shouldn't be angry. Meter yourself. Why are you getting so out of control? When, usually, I would say, most of the things that make us angry or frustrated do that for a reason. And we're not wrong for feeling that frustration. I think sometimes, especially if we are mad about something, that grand fury about an injustice that is caused, we should be allowed to be angry about it. We should be allowed to take action. And if that just seems to be too much for some people to swallow, perhaps they should choke on it instead. There's good reason to follow your heart, especially when you know that something's wrong. Don't make yourself smaller for the sake of others to let injustice pass by. No reason to. You're too strong to let something like that stand. I feel better, and my hand stopped hurting. I hope you liked that one. I hope you liked that one. This is all, of course, going to be deeply influenced by where you sit moralistically. Like, if you are, chaotic evil, maybe dial it back just like a little bit, just a little bit. Innocent lives and everything, You see, I fucked myself over. I already told you not to make yourself smaller, to make yourself more palatable to other people. I already fucked it up. I should have put the limiter at the start. That's my bad. I hope you guys liked that one, though. Okay. Before I read our first SCPs, oh, Marksy, did you hear it? Did you hear me hitting it? Yeah, I hit my nail, like, directly on the edge of the glass. That's what happened. Sorry, sometimes whenever I'm doing those little speeches, I can't look at chat because I will get distracted by it. I see that the messages pop up, I'm just like, no, I have to finish my thought. And that is every pasta that starts with a G. 6820? I haven't heard of that one. What's their shtick? What's their idea? Embrace oblivion. Well, My other favorite VTM clan is the Lasombra, and that's like their whole thing. I can't tell if Krusnik is closing a bunch of doors or if he's like doing something in the kitchen. No, I'm actually not like a mega fan of SCPs or anything. I like them very sporadically. There's a lot that frustrate me and that I think are really stupid. I'm like right in between. I can appreciate the SCPs that are like really specifically good. I get burnt out on it very easily though, and so I've never been able to just like keep up and read a fuck ton of them or anything. I'm just like, no. There are quite a few that have fun with their medium, and again, that's why I like the you do not recognize the bodies in the water. I don't remember what number it is either. That might be part of it. My brain doesn't like to keep track of numbers. It was one of the termination attempts. No idea. Oh, is that the ever-regenerating lizard? If not, I have no idea. Book more home meals. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Marksy. Let me do a little bit of a jaw stretch real quick. Get myself re-comfortable. I do quite a bit of the cooking for the household. I do quite a bit. Krusnik is getting a lot better and learning a lot more recipes and everything, but it was primarily me for quite a while. I also, when I was younger, had to make a lot of food for myself. And so I figured out stuff that was really easy, to navigate, and that I could make a lot of leftovers of. Something in particular that I like quite a lot is usually some kind of pasta mix where I either prepare all of the ingredients beforehand and store them separately. Like I'll make the sauce, I'll cook the pasta separately, and then maybe some kind of vegetables to mix into it, like mushrooms or tomatoes or whatever. And then I'll mix them together as I want, like servings of it. Kind of that way, since I made the tomato sauce, I can also make pizza bagels really easily. They built a machine that literally erases the concepts of things. Oh, is that how that's... Okay. It adapted. Oh yeah, that's expected. Cream of chicken soup from a can with added corn and peas with... That's what you've got. That's what you've got. Okay. Let me try to zone in a little more. I have found that I can get, at the very least, I can get um, a package of 3 servings of salmon, and they're just like little fillets cut in different ways. I can get 3 servings of salmon frozen for about like $7 or $8, depending. And for an individual, that's 3 separate meals, no matter how you prepare it beforehand. If you have an air fryer, you can always prep the salmon when you first get it by putting it to a marinade that you like a lot, and then preparing them individually, like taking them out individually and doing it that way, or cooking them all at once and just having like a large batch that you can pick from as you want to eat from it. There are a lot of like Campbell's recipes that are just add 2 or 3 other ingredients to your cans of soup. Some of them kind of suck, some of them are pretty good. This is going to depend on your taste. So I would recommend checking those out. One of my personal favorite things to do is have a batch of rice prepared and get those little air fryer chicken nuggets and either have a pre-made sauce that I like a lot, or I make a sweet and spicy gochujang sauce based off of a recipe that I like. And what I'll do is I'll get the chicken cooking in the air fryer because that takes the longest. Heat up the rice and get some like broccoli, edamame, there's some other veggies that I usually mix in. You could always go for carrot, cucumber, cabbage, anything like that. Anything like that. And once everything's together, you just kind of toss it with the sauce, put it on top of the rice, and you have an incredibly high protein, high density nutrition meal right there. Anything like smaller that you can prepare ahead of time. Sauces are always in that category. Rice is always in that category. It is fine to keep things simple too. Like there's nothing wrong with getting pre-made broth. Never let people convince you that you gotta make your broth at home. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Howling, of course. What would you like? We have our menu available. And then the lizard took control of the machine. Oh my god. Air fryers, what's up? Makes leftover pizza new again. I personally like putting my leftover pizza in a frying pan or a very large soup pot. I'll put it in the middle. No oil. I'll put it in the middle on like medium low heat, and then put little drops of water around it. Put a lid on top of it for about like 20 to 30 seconds. Mwah. It's excellent. Excellent way to reheat it. Affirmations. Alright. Anything in particular? Or do we just want the vibes again? A little complicated. I like to just slam dunk tortellini in water and call it. That's also fair. Doing what you gotta do. I like tortellini with pesto on it though, so, you know. That's pretty good. I forgot to do my jaw stretch. Oh my god, okay. 1 second, everybody, 1 second. I'm gonna breathe incredibly deeply. I'm gonna pull my head up, lift my chin, open up my chest, open up my shoulders as I breathe. And make myself yawn. Ooh. I think some affirmations about the flexibility of the bodies that we find ourselves in. Because I know, no assumptions on anything. Well, I guess I should say, I usually assume people have some kind of particular physical insecurity about themselves. Not because I think they should, simply because I know how people think. And it is a very unfortunate thing that makes us all a little bit more alike than you would expect. No matter who you are, I feel like we all have something we don't like about ourselves physically. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can say, oh, I don't like this thing because it makes me feel this way, or I just personally don't feel like this works with the rest of the picture we have going on. It can be anything. But when very simple, very small creatures are very stressed out, we can make big issues, or small issues, very big. And we can start to be very cruel about those things. Cruelty towards ourselves is... I think that more than fear is the mind killer, because that cruelty will very quickly spread out into other things. It goes too far too quickly. And so, rather than dwelling, picking apart idiosyncrasies, trying to place maybe even sometimes blame as to why there are things about myself that I don't like, I remember that humans are flexible. Humans are adaptable, incredibly so, and we don't even have to break parts of ourselves to do that. I remind myself of that immense flexibility of ballet dancers. The way that the flesh and sinew changes over time, pushing the human body to its limit. I think of bodybuilders. I think of how strong they are. I think about the things that they do that are impossible for most people. But all it takes is dedication. All it takes is maybe a little bit of obsession. Not being content with just letting things be. seeing something that can change and changing it. I personally like the idea of seeing the limits that my body can do. Every time I stretch a little bit further, opens up something up a little bit more, pick up something that's a little bit heavier, sing a little bit louder, a little bit higher, I extend the limit every single time. So as far as I can tell, that limit is infinite. I can choose to stop at whatever point I'm comfortable with. I can get stronger and more stable at little places. It doesn't matter as long as I'm making progress. Every day is a new challenge. Make ourselves a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible. And of course, sometimes change hurts. But that hurt doesn't have to be damaging. I like to describe it as strain, because it shouldn't feel the ripping. It's a stretch. It's something that you can languid yourself into. You still have enough time to feel the shift in your body, nothing sudden. So you can take little steps in that. It's okay to push yourself on the occasion. A lot of people really like planking until failure. Don't do that to yourself all the time, though. Be comfortable with those little changes. I love the eerie feeling of looking at yourself in the mirror after working on something particular for so long and almost not recognizing because of the change that's been made. It's very fun. It's very spooky. So whatever changes you seek to make, good luck. As far as I can tell, there are no bonds. As far as I can tell. I hope you liked that one, though. I do hope that the channel points are quite worth the redeems. I do kind of like the improv ones. Can you guys believe that I've never taken an improv course? I was talking to Kruznik about it recently, and, like, I looked at him and I was genuinely like, can you imagine how actually funny I would be if I took one? Can you imagine? Idiosyncrasy. Ooh, it's a very good word, TFM. Idiosyncrasy. Let's... I've got something. Wait. I have a list of macabre words. I have a very fun list of macabre words. I'll do a little vocal exercise. Good, I'm glad you liked it. I keep forgetting, and then I tense up my jaw again. Here is a list of 100 macabre words to use in Gothic literature. Atmospheric words. Tenebrous. Oppressive. Ominous. Eerie. Uncanny. Nefarious. Malevolent. Sinister. Melancholy. Lugubrious. Somber. Dreary. Desolate. Bleak. Dank. Character descriptions. Pallid. Gaunt. Haggard. Cadaverous. Wan. Spectral. Enigmatic. Brooding. Tortured. Macabre. Architectural features. Gothic. dilapidated, decrepit, crumbling, decaying, ramshackle, crypt, turret, parapet, buttress, supernatural elements. Not that kind, always that kind. What are you talking about? Humber, Nage, Harfarm. God damn it. I wish more people knew that Gooseworks did a analog horror series. I really wish more people knew. It's great. It's so good. Apparition, phantasm, specter, wraith, revenant, ethereal, otherworldly, paranormal, preternatural, occult. Have you not seen the emote? Have you not seen him? Oh no, thou hast not gazed upon him. Wait a minute, I forgot are there two of them in here? No, it's just this little guy. There you go. Emotions and states of mind. Dread, foreboding, trepidation, anguish, despair, melancholia, hysteria, delirium, madness, obsession. But why am I majorly? Wait. Wait, I can't see where it's a reply to. Hold on. But my majorly gaming art, please. Wait, why? I'm so confused. Why would you be sad? I'm confused. That's fine. Okay, there's a lot more and I don't want to read all of them. Those are some good words to use in your Gothic literature. I haven't passed it, but the shadow creature has. I mean, you don't want to be rude to him, right? Right? I almost forgot something. Really fun. That's why it didn't feel right for a second. SCP-015-IT. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-015-IT is contained in a standard cell for humanoids in Site Vittoria and is kept under surveillance by a system of cameras and infrared sensors. The room and the adjacent corridors must be painted white and be kept well lit. 2 times per day, a pig, or Sus domestica, is introduced into the cell to let SCP-015 feed. Personnel assigned to the SCP-105 must take psychological evaluations weekly and must be cycled every 3 months. It is a humanoid entity around 1.9 meters tall, with hairless skin capable of absorbing 98% of incident light. Its face possesses no nose or external ears, and its eyes can emit light due to phosphorus placed on its iris. The mouth has 8 pointed teeth in each jaw, while the tongue, 28 centimeters long, is forked on both points. There are hollow needle-like needles discreetly connected to the esophagus. Its arms are disproportionately long when compared to the body, and the hands end with 4 clawed fingers. Physically, it appears to have reduced muscular mass Despite this, it is surprisingly strong and can easily subdue an adult human. It is highly resilient to physical damage and can heal quickly from wounds and damage to internal organs. Sorry, I was only supposed to hit that once. Good joke, Yogi. Good joke. That was so loud. I'm sorry. I shouldn't use any of my sound effects during ASMR streams. I'm forgetting how to read. For some reason, the text on the SCP site is weird to me, but I also have to read Lexant, so it's fine. It is predominantly active during the night and feeds exclusively on adrenaline and noradrenaline produced by mammals, with a preference for human prey. To produce them, it developed a hunting method aimed at scaring its target as much as possible. Usually it hides in dark spots, trying not to be seen as it stalks its victim. If it is not spotted, it waits until its prey is distracted and approaches it silently, before grabbing into them and biting them in the abdominal. The bite is not meant to kill the victim, but to use the large teeth as anchors while the tongue darts forward and sinks directly into the adrenal gland. The adrenaline-rich blood is aspirated through one of the needles while the other expels it with the addition of a mild sedative. This allows it to keep the prey immobile while not wasting energy, and to leave undisturbed after its meal. Prolonged observation of it causes psychic deterioration, with auditive and visual hallucinations, panic attacks, and, in the most sensitive individuals, damage to the cardiovascular system. The first symptoms appear after 2 weeks, but this time is reduced if it doesn't feed regularly. The cause of this phenomenon is currently unknown, but it is theorized it is a method to rend vulnerable preys that would be too strong or aggressive otherwise. Recovery log. It was captured on the 22nd of May 2012 after the police of Data Redacted in the province of Castera received many reports of a vampire attack. Site Victoria sent the SSM-4 to deal with the menace. Due to its unsuspected agility and its coloring, which allowed it to hide in dark areas, it managed to avoid capture until it was shot with a transmitter that allowed the Foundation to track it. When it was surrounded, it reacted with an unforeseen violence and was able to kill redacted soldiers and would redact before being subdued. Addendum. During his time undercover in the place SCP-1015, IT was found, the agent came in contact with a member of the Confraternity of St. George's Knights. In an encounter between the two agents, it was revealed that the confraternity had captured it, but it escaped roughly 2 months before being contained by the Foundation. After receiving this information, the director of Site Vittoria requested and obtained the CCSG's documents regarding it. The most relevant passages are shown below. Footnotes. In case it is not possible for it to strike the side of its prey because of clothing or other impediments, it will try to stab its needles into the arteries of the neck of its victim. 2. Data already reported in the entity's description. 3. Designation used in the CCSG to indicate SCP-015-IT. CCSG's document regarding it. Demonic type, shadow demon. Threat level, intermediate. Redacted. Low. Physical description. Data already reported in the entity's description. Known powers. DIA-212. Designation used by the CCSG. It is highly unstable in our world. It feeds on the fear of its victims by drinking their blood despite not requiring it to survive. This allows it to keep itself in a physical shape adapted to the limits imposed by mortal reality. It also possesses notable physical strength and intelligence comparable to that of a human being. The creature uses these characteristics to hunt and escape its enemies. Another important property of its its resistance to blessed weapons, which only manage to inflict minor damage compared to their full potential. A note from Father Iliard, 1404-2011. I am increasingly fascinated by the creature we have captured. Despite its mere sight being repugnant beyond every limit, I am starting to believe that its soul is gentle. I notice that its screams are similar to a pained cry, and that when they subside, when I speak to it with a comforting tone, I think that it was originally a human soul before the enemy transformed it into a monster. I must find a way to communicate with it. It is my duty to bring back the lore to every lost soul. Note from Father Iliard, 2406-2011. I can affirm with certainty that the DIA-212, it is not completely evil. It showed great curiosity towards everything that was showed to it, and it does not harbor hatred or fear or for holy objects. Initially, it was very distrustful and always drew back whenever I approached it. But not only did it never attack me. Hello, welcome in, Rudier Freak. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. Thank you so much for the raid. What did you get up to? Welcome in. I hope you had a lovely, lovely stream. I apologize, we are currently reading some SCPs, but thank you so much for the raid. My darling Dust Bunnies, if you could go give them some love, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. There you are. Welcome in. What'd you get up to on your stream? We are reading SCP-015, It, or the Boogeyman. Excuse me, we're just about to be over with it. We were reading an entry by Father Iliard. Where was I? I'll start over. I can affirm with certainty that the DIA-212 is not completely evil. It showed great curiosity towards everything that was shown to it, and it does not harbor hatred for or fear for holy objects. Initially, it was very distrustful and always drew back whenever I approached it. But not only did it never attack me, it also grew fond of me and my disciplines. However, it pains me to admit that it remains fearful towards all those who wear the uniform form of our holy order. Perhaps because of the wounds it sustained during capture. I shall recommend to everyone to wear different clothing to make it not nervous, and to try a gentler approach with the creature. Oh, you were playing Doom. Hell yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry, this sounds like such a weird question. I've been very curious about this because we've been getting some very fun reads from a variety of different people that we haven't met before. What was it exactly that brought you in? Especially after playing Doom, this feels like a very interesting place to come to. I'm so curious, if you don't mind me asking. Letter for the Cardinal, dated 18th of March, 2012. Most illustrious eminence, I am sorry to inform you about a serious incident that occurred during the night between the 15th and the 16th of this month. At around 9 p.m., a handful of soldiers belonging to the terrorist group known as the Fascist Council of the Occult attacked our structure, causing the death of 10 confessors. During the confusion, DIA-212, the demon we contained, ran away frightened by the chaos created by the assault. I therefore humbly request your eminence for fund to rebuild our structure and for men to recapture the fleeing creature. I await your reply, confident in your intervention. Father Domenico Iliard. Well, that's true, but I'm not a dust bunny. Well, I guess if my dust bunnies can bring in our fellow demon slayers, that's fun. Oh, wait. Oh. Sorry, that scared me for a second, made me think that we were in the wrong category. That's happened before. That has happened before. Well, thank you so much for the raid. I do appreciate it. If you need to raid and sorry, that was also the end of the SCP. If you need to raid and run for any reason at all, please do take some time to take care of yourself. Self-care is very, very important. We try to encourage it as much as possible here. Along with the scares. Along with the scares. Your fears all the better if you are well and healthy. I like that SCP particularly because it talks about the Order and the other groups that are in the universe. I think that's a lot of fun. Forgive me, my dear dust bunnies. We do have a ad break coming up here in just a moment. If you would like to avoid ads in the future, please do consider subscribing, as it does help us out a lot. And along with ad-free viewing, you also get access to custom emotes and a precious little sub badge next to your name and chat. If you're not interested in any of that, still thank you so much for your continued support, and enjoy the ads. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. I'm gonna take a very quick little break when the ads come up to grab a snack. My vocal cords are very tense right now, and I think that might be why. But I do hope that you guys liked that one. What were the... Sorry, I have to scroll up just a bit. What were the other ones you guys were talking about earlier? It was 264? I think it was 264 something or other. Let's see. Let's see. I can't find it. Where was it? Oh, 6820. That's it. Let's see. The first link that came up is, I don't think the official SCP page, but I'm not sure now that I'm looking at it. Admonition? That's not right. That's not right. What is this one? Are there multiple SCP sites? Not, and sorry, not in the terms of the lore. I know there's multiple containment sites. Are there... Why are there multiple SCP, like read sites? Why is that? Why are there multiple? That doesn't make any sense. Is this why there's so much bullshit in the community? Is that why that happens? Sorry, I don't mean to be mean or anything. Okay, no, it's also scpwiki.wiki. Oh, it's all the same thing. Okay, weird. I'm so confused. Alright, everyone. Our ad break is up. We're gonna take a quick break. Take some time to take care of yourself, get some water, get some food, do whatever you need to do for yourself. And we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the extra long break there. I actually got very distracted. But that's okay. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, the headbats. They were there for a second. Welcome back, everyone. I did forget to tell all of you about the birthday stream goals. I put a big old graphic on the screen and then repeatedly forgot to tell you all about it. Oops. My bad. That was my bad. I apologize. Welcome back from the break, everybody. Well. I forgot to put this in the description on the Discord, actually. I completely forgot to put this in the description on the Discord. All I did. Oh, right. I guess I didn't technically say it, but our stream goals for our birthday bake-a-thon. I guess that's what it's going to be technically. I'm gonna try to get a bunch of like cool stuff to decorate the cake and do a bunch of fun stuff with it. I'm so sorry, I feel stupid. I can't think of the right way to explain. The goals are available. That's the reason that they're up here, is that they are available until the birthday stream. So if for whatever reason people aren't able to come to the stream itself, totally fine, not a big deal at all. If people aren't able to put into the goals, like whatever, that's also not a big deal. I wanted to make it a little bit easier, and I was trying to think of more fun things that we could do in relation. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. And I think I need a progress bar for everything. I forgot that too. Sorry, this is all being done terribly. Our birthday stream will actually be on my birthday on April 22nd, and we will be doing a baking stream. We'll be baking a cake together. Isn't that fun? That is exactly 2 weeks from now. So in the next 2 weeks, any contributions, donations, subs, gifted subs, resubscriptions, everything from this day forward is counting towards the goals. So if we happen to meet it before the stream, there will be a bunch of stuff that we get to do on the stream all together. Or if like they're fulfilled like day of, it's the list of them at the top that we can do during the stream. Either way, gotta do the cooking. Exactly. I want to get a bunch of fun stuff so I can put a lot of fun effort into it. I'll add that song to the karaoke portion if we make the goal, as if I'm not already gonna be singing while we bake anyway. But you know, it's just there for fun. I do have it on the Discord as well, if anybody wants to look at it there, especially if you are on mobile and can't read any of the teeny tiny little things on screen anyway. It's all there to check out. So there you go. I'm pretty excited, honestly. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna try to get all the stuff I need to make it extra special. I am going to be making a black forest cake, which is a rich chocolate cake with stewed cherries in between the layers and whipped cream frosting. What we're gonna do is we are going to make it, ideally, if I can get everything I need, we are gonna make a heart-shaped cake, and we are going to make the frosting pink, decorate it, make it look all cute. You guys know the really pretty fancy cakes that kind of look like they have drapery and flowers all over them? We're gonna do that, and then decorate with cherries on top. Along with, I'm going to try to get one of those edible cake prints that we can put on top of the cake, so it's the really pretty, like, crisp image. And I'm gonna try to make a really cute Robbie the Rabbit design and do that. Isn't it? It's really good too. It's really, really good too. I recommend it if you ever get a chance to try it. The cherries are stewed in they're stewed in cherry liqueur, and so there's the sourness and the bitter flavors are turned up quite a lot, but the chocolate cake is really moist and really dense. I can hear the
Good night also to all my fellow dust bunnies. 3.
I'm sorry, the alerts are turned off, and so the text to speech is also usually disabled during the ASMRs, but thank you so much for that. Thank you for the resubscribe for 4 months, Omega! Holy moly! Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, I wanted to hear it because it's the really cute little baby robot voice. I love that one. I love it. She's adorable. Also, I wanted to hear it say dust bunnies specifically. I wanted everybody else to also hear that, but thank you so much for the subscription and thank you for hanging out with us while you did, Omega. Please have a lovely rest of your night. May you get the rest that you need. Good dreams or life-changingly haunting nightmares. You know, whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. But thank you again for the support. I really, really do appreciate it. Trying to pretend like I don't get really sappy or anything, you know. Trying to pretend. Terrible at it, but I'm trying. So, why don't. We read an SCP last. Let's read one of the creepypastas that I've got. Who's the. Start with. Oh, I still have quite a few on this list that we haven't read yet. These are a lot of much older ones around the 2010 to 2015 kind of area of creepypastas. Some a couple of even earlier than that. What if there's a huge chocolate cake? Would it be a mountain forest? A forest mountain? I think it would, as long as it's got the cherries in it and everything. I bet you could make some kind of really cute, like that. Ooh, actually, that would be a really cute, like, Twin Peaks themed cake to make. Oh man. Oh man, Black Forest cake just works for like every surrealist and horror themed thing that I like, doesn't it? Shoot, it works for everything. You could probably make a very cute Twin Peaks themed Black Forest cake and make it in the shape of mountains, and that would be absolutely perfect in every way. I really, really like baking. It's something that I've had a passion for a very long time. Um, I am not a very good cake decorator, though. There are some tools, for one, that do make that significantly easier and are kind of necessary for quality. I want to get better at it though, because I think decorating cakes is a lot of fun. And I think being very good at it means that I can do a lot of fun, silly things. One of my like all-time favorite things that I love seeing is I love seeing a cake decorator take on the challenge of trying to make a real-life version of the tumbling cake from Disney's Sleeping Beauty. I don't know, something about that is really cool. I've seen a lot of bakers do a lot of really creative stuff to try and figure out how to do it. I don't know if I could ever be at that point, but maybe, maybe. Black Forest cheesecake. I'd believe it. I'd believe it. Or it's the horror level in a Kirby game. Not that there aren't a lot of horror levels in Kirby games. Okay, let's see. I want to read. I want to read this one, I think. Oh, yeah, because this one's kind of like reading about an anomaly, but in a first person perspective encounter. Before that, let's do a little bit of a breathing exercise. I've noticed I'm very tense. I'm very tense in my upper body today. Even though I try to remind myself to breathe deeply right now, I keep feeling my vocal cords tense up because I'm trying to be quiet, but that's not the thing that makes you quiet. That's not the thing that makes for good, clear whispers. I need to breathe. I need to relax. And probably so does every dust bunny that's hanging out with us. I think we all need to breathe and relax. And if you're having trouble with that right now, I definitely am. We're gonna take a nice big deep breath through our nose. To be or not to be, to bake or not to cake. Always. It's always to bake. Always. That's not even a question I ask. I love cake. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. Honestly. What I'm gonna do as I breathe very deeply, I'm going to inhale through my nose. I'm gonna fill up my chest. I'm gonna fill up my diaphragm. That's that big pocket that's right above your stomach and that little underside of your rib cage. I'm gonna stretch my arms out and place my hands behind my head, interlocking my fingers together. Keeping the elbows wide out and straight, I'll feel a stretch in my shoulders. My chest will be forced to be open. Notice that you can breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, the more open everything is. It's a little like that. It's a little like that. I give chat a lot of instruction during the ASMR streams or whenever I'm encouraging them to do self-care. Damn you, autospell. Oh, I didn't even see what messed up. It's all good. I'm terrible. I don't notice typos. I couldn't be an editor even if I tried. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm setting a good example. Because it does feel just so nice to stretch and to breathe and to relax. It does feel quite nice. Wouldn't you like to relax too? Breathe deeply. And stretch. Sometimes you gotta get out the crunchy feeling in your body. I like to crack my neck, but sometimes I stretch it poorly, or I like crack it too hard and it doesn't feel nice. That's being too rough on yourself. That's being too rough on yourself. You don't want that. Slow, gentle stretches are completely fine. Sometimes if you've noticed you've got a bit of like crunchiness, you might just need to stretch something in a different way or stretch the stuff around it. The body is one big system of tubes and filtration, waterways that can become dammed by debris that naturally floats through it. One bit gets caught in a certain way, and other pieces wash along as well. That can cause blockages. You can think about it as your circulatory system that carries your blood and oxygen. You can think of it as your lymphatic system carrying waste fluid. You can think about it as chi, as it's just energy that passes and flows through the body, stopping at particular places and doing particular things. Oh, that would be very cute. That would be very cute. I had a couple ideas for the theme. I think with going for the Robbie the Rabbit design will be cute because the frosting is going to be that really pretty light pink color anyway. I think doing that will be really cool. And then I'm also going to have a little bit of cherry syrup drizzle to make it look extra gory. Kind reminder to stay hydrated and to breathe, everybody. Man, my vocal cords are mad at me today. They are very mad at me today. I did think, however, if I wanted to make a Resident Evil style one, and as much as I'm liking the series so far, I've only played the first two and the remake of the second one so far. I do like them. I do like what I've played, but I don't know if I'm quite as obsessed with it as I am Silent Hill. And then I also remembered my special treat to myself for my birthday month is us playing all of the Silent Hill games on hard mode every Friday. Okay, not all of them, but the first three. I think Robbie was the way to go. But, hypothetically speaking, if I were to make a Raccoon City Forest cake, I would put, I think, I would make it round, and the pattern that I would put on top would be Leon and Claire kind of like posing back to back together with their pistols. And I think doing, what is it? It's I think some people do this for Black Forest cake where they take chocolate shavings and put it along the side and kind of make it look like the bark of a tree. I think that would be very cute. I think that would be a very cute design for a Resident Evil birthday cake. I've yet to play part 4 but feel spooky version. Silent Hill 4. Ah! I feel like I could compare it. I thought you meant Resident Evil for a second, so I was confused. But no, I think that's a good way of thinking about it, actually. You might go into it with a really good mindset to be able to appreciate it, because it does change a lot of things. Silent Hill 4 is the most Resident Evil feeling of the Silent Hill games. I think playing it like some kind of deranged Seinfeld might actually work in your favor. I didn't get to appreciate it as much, I think, when I played it for the first time. I think that's kind of the unfortunate part about sometimes playing stuff on stream, is that you don't get to get the organic feel of it. You get to deal with a lot more anxiety of trying to play the game right, and then that just messes everything up. But there are some stuff There is some stuff. There are some stuff. There is some stuff that I like about it quite a lot. I would like to return to it properly and give the game its due. I'm not gonna play it on hard mode though. You can't fucking make me. I don't want to. I love Silent Hill 3. I have to say, the order of the first four of I like, and I do like them all. I think they all have good parts. All of them have bad parts, whatever. But I have an appreciation for them. But in order of the ones that I like the most, it goes SH1, 3, 2, and then 4. Because I still have a lot of very, very specific things that I appreciate about 2 that unfortunately 4 has just not quite scratched for me. But 1 and 3 are definitely my favorites. It used to be 2. It used to be 2 before I played the games for myself, and then I was like, no, no, Harry and Heather's story is the one that I like. I'm very excited for the prospect of SH1 Remake. I can't wait to see the previews for that when they start coming out. I hope it's soon. I hope it's soon. I want to know who they're getting for the cast. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna be gross for a second, so I'm gonna mute for just a moment. Sorry about that. I got mad allergies, and the phlegm and inflammation is gonna make me lose my mind. But before I do that, excuse me. Now you're just throwing words out there, but I do look forward to a potential Silent Hill 3 remake. I do look forward to that one day. I don't think it's necessary, but I do look forward to it. I think the remake of the first one is going to be good. I have very high hopes. I have very, very high hopes. Before we lose our minds, I have a story for you. This is I am at your bedroom window. It was originally posted by Max Papaya to the. Where is it? I believe it was posted to No Sleep originally. Oh, it doesn't actually have their. It credits the user, but it looks like that the original post, something happened to it. It was probably No Sleep if it got deleted. But this story is called I'm at your bedroom window. A warning to my fellow travelers. If you have a layover in Philly, do not spend the night at the Economy Motel. And if you must, absolutely steer clear of room 103. I was heading south to visit some family members for a few weeks, and unfortunately the only flight available included a 7-hour layover in Philadelphia. Not wanting to spend those hours huddled outside the airport, I rented the cheapest motel that I could find. I took the shuttle over at about 11 p.m. The place was just about the shadiest looking motel I had ever seen, but it was a bed. I checked in and headed to my room, 103. Exhausted, I immediately collapsed on the bed. A bit lumpy, but not terrible. nothing bothering to, not even bothering to take my contacts out, I closed my eyes and let my thoughts wander. I was yanked back to reality by a loud grumbling of my stomach. Right, I hadn't gotten any food on the airline. Annoyed, I dug around in my bag for those microwavable soup cans, which I tossed in the microwave. As it rattled away, I noticed pieces of paper wedged underneath it. I pulled it out and folded it, and there were two words hastily scribbled. Don't look. Huh. Whatever. I tossed it aside and got my food. Feeling lonely, I hopped online to see if anyone was on. I was in luck. My long-distance boyfriend happened to be on Skype. I called him up while we chatted for a while, trying to keep our voices down. Eventually, he said something that made me laugh, and I heard a muffled curse come from upstairs. Feeling guilty, I said my goodnights and ended the call, with the intention of getting a bit of rest before the next day. As I lay now in the dark room, I noticed a thin stream of light coming from where the curtain didn't close completely. I got up to close it, and I was almost at the window when I heard it. I can see into your bedroom. The voice sent a chill down my spine. It was so quiet and high-pitched like a child's voice. It was so soft, I wasn't even sure that I hadn't just imagined it. I shook my head and reached for the curtain. I know you can hear me at your bedroom window. I know you can hear me. I jumped back as the shadow crossed the stream of light coming into my room. I hadn't imagined it that time. There was a voice directly outside my door. Someone was out there looking in. I jumped back into the bed and pulled the covers up to my face. I'm at your bedroom window. I know you can hear me. I can see in there. Are you listening to me? I know you can hear me. Come on, take a look. I'm at your window. The taunting and on, rattling into my thoughts and leaving me paralyzed. I suddenly heard the tenant upstairs moving around again. Footsteps stomped over to the door above. I heard the muffled shouting. Shut up down there! It isn't funny. I have work in 4 hours. The door slammed and there was silence. I breathed a sigh of relief and leaned back against the pillow, determined to sleep. I'm still out here. Come look out your window. I sat straight up, heart pounding in my ears. The voice was back, and it whispered on and on, repeating its mantra over and over again. I put my hands over my ears and rocked back and forth, trying to block out the sound. It was no use. The longer I sat there, the louder it got until I could hear it so clearly. It sounded like it was right next to me. Frantic, I picked up the phone and dialed the police. Stammering and stuttering in fright, I managed to give them the information. Where I was, what was wrong. Please help, I'm scared. I didn't care if it was a prank at this point. My mind was reeling in terror. The officers assured me that they'd be over shortly to figure out what was wrong. I thanked them and I hung up the phone. And as soon as I did, silence descended over the room. It wasn't just the voice that stopped. No. Silence filled the room. The air conditioner stopped. The street noises outside ceased. Even the faint hum of the electricity from the TV and the lights went away. It pressed on my ears with a tangible heaviness that sent shivers through me. Next to me, my phone rang. The caller ID told me that it was the police station. Cautiously, I picked up the phone. Hello? They aren't coming. And every light went out, plunging the room into complete and total darkness. In the dark, I fumbled for my bag. I might not have a flashlight, but I did have my camera. I can't deny I wanted to see what it would show me, if only to prove that I wasn't going insane. Finding it and turning it on, it cast a dim light over the room. Even with this light, the shadows still consumed the edges of my vision, making me jump at every perceived motion. Shaking, I forced myself to focus on the camera. Carefully, I stood up from the bed and walked towards where I thought the curtain was, the thin light from the camera only serving to give a vague outline of the curtain door. Though the darkness had swallowed the room, was even now working against the light. Carefully, I reached out and touched the curtain, pushing it away. Whatever was out there, it could look in now. As I did, I heard a loud, clicking sound next to me. Like it's turning of a latch. Panicked, I whipped to look around towards the door. Inexplicably, it had opened on its own. The latching sound that I had heard, however, was the door getting caught by the security lock. I could see nothing through the crack, just more inky blackness outside. I slammed the door shut again, double-checking the locks and latches. Everything was in place. I breathed a sigh of relief, and that's when I heard it. A sort of scuttling sound coming from the back of my room, somewhere in the direction of the bathroom. Cautiously, I moved towards the noise, trying to keep my hands from shaking. I knew whatever footage I got was going to be a mess of the wobbly camera, but my videographer skills weren't exactly my top priority. I approached the source of the noise, but found nothing there, except for another piece of paper, wedged partly against the wall and the length of the mirror next to the closet. I fumbled to open the folded scrap, trying not to tear in my haste. When I finally got it open, there were 2 words. Turn around. I was not about to do anything of the sort. Trembling, I slowly looked up from the mirror while pointing my camera behind me at the same time. To my horror, the light of the camera illuminated a subtle silhouette of something behind me. All I could make out was a vague form no taller than the height of the bed. It was moving towards me. I broke out of my paralysis and dove into the bathroom, slamming the door behind me. Quietly sobbing, I leaned against the door and slowly slid down until I was sitting on the cracked tiles. The door firmly closed and locked behind me. Whatever it was scrabbled a bit at the bottom of the door. Then came the whisper. Let me in. I'm out here, in the dark. Let me in. Go away, I screamed. The voice stopped abruptly. I shivered and let out the breath that I had been holding in tightly. I still clung to the camera, unwilling to let go of the one thing that was keeping me tethered to reality. I sat there until the rays of light from the rays of early sunlight began peeking under the door. I knew it was safe. Carefully, I cracked it open, the door, and peeked around. The coast was clear. In a rush, I grabbed all of my luggage and raced out the door. The motel manager looked at me oddly, but I wasn't going back in that room. I spent the next hour waiting in the shuttle lobby. The flight to my aunt's house was short and uneventful. I spent the night running over what had happened over and over again in my mind. But it could have been a prank. Who could have done that? It didn't matter, it was over, but I was out of that insane place, on my way to my family and friends. I tried to put the whole thing behind me and just enjoy the ride. I've always loved flying, but just watching the world fall away behind me is one of the most incredible feelings. The patterns beneath you, the rivers and ponds and winding roads spotted here and there with cottony clouds, shadowing all of the land. This time, however, I couldn't enjoy the scenery. I was too on edge. The plane finally landed and I just about ran to meet my family. Finally, I could start my vacation and get back to a normal state of mind. I hugged them so tight just to be sure that they were real. We all laughed and packed up the car and headed back home. I didn't tell them about the motel. That night, my aunt made my favorite. Since she lives so close to the beach, we had fresh salmon. I don't think I've ever had anything so sweet and so fresh before. Sitting there with my family, I could almost laugh off the events of the night. Almost. Silence fell upon the house as night came in, bringing with it a thick fog. The little cousins toddled off to bed, yawning and rubbing their eyes. My aunt and I sat quietly in the living room, her reading, me silently recalling the night over and over. Finally exhausted, I went to bed. A bit surprised, my aunt wished me a good night, and as I headed to my room, I readied myself to collapse. Once alone, however, I felt unease creeping around me. The only lamp in the room was bright overhead, too bright to sleep with, and with the fog as thick as it was, no light came in from outside. As if that weren't unsettling enough, at the foot of my bed was a large window, and there was no curtain, only a Vintian blind. I shivered and turned on my side so I couldn't see the window, and slowly fell into a fitful sleep. Thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated, Lazy. Welcome in. I see you lurking. Sorry. I was getting into the story for a second, but welcome in. Hi. I hope everybody is having a lovely night with us. This one is a little bit longer than I thought it would be. Oh shoot, I scrolled down too far, I missed it. Hello, Jolly, welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely night. We're reading some scary stories. I hope that's up your alley. Thank you to all of the dust bunnies that are hanging out with us. There's so many here today. Thank you for being here. I woke up sometime around 3 a.m. to an odd squeaking noise, like nails running across glass or something. Oh, that's its own creepypasta, isn't it? That's very scary. I'm sorry, I just saw the little like hand waving emote again, and there's a little audio for it that people keep using. It's just a little high pitched voice. Hello, hello, hello. I do think it's really cute. Excuse me, sorry. I got distracted again, sorry. I woke up sometime around 3 a.m. to an odd squeaking noise, like nails running across glass or tile. Confused, I sat up and looked around. I blinked my eyes to adjust to the darkness, but I could still see nothing, and certainly nothing that could make that noise. In fact, it seemed to be coming from somewhere outside. My heart raced as I stood up and approached my bedroom window. With shaking hands, I reached out to pull the blinds open. I yanked down with one swift tug, and the blinds flew open. Nothing. I let out the breath that I had been holding. I had only imagined it. Or had I? As I glanced down, I noticed the long, slightly smudged mark near the bottom of the window, as though some grubby hand or paw had run along the glass, looking for a way in. I dropped to the blinds and dashed to the bed. I pulled the covers over my head, desperate for sleep. It seemed impossible that I'd ever get back after that, but eventually, as I drifted off, dreaming of the strange noise and small, scuttling creatures hiding just at the edge of my vision, I woke in the late morning, head wreathed in fog from restless night. My phone was buzzing next to me. Squinting, I glanced at it to see what 5 unread messages from my aunt. I shook my head, not wanting to bother with it at the moment, and fell back against the pillow. But something was wrong. My eyes flew open, even without glasses or contacts. I could tell that I wasn't in my room. No, I couldn't be. I wasn't. I was back in the motel from the night before. I tried to scream, and only a choked cry escaped my lips. I looked back at my phone. Every message from my aunt was a variation of, "Where are you?" Still in my pajamas, I ran to the door and threw it open and dashed to the office. In a panic, I ran in and immediately begged the manager for help. He looked up, startled, not at me, but at the door that I had just come through. The door again. Thought I fixed this damn thing. Without a single glance at me, he walked over and shoved the door closed, giving the extra push with his shoulder. He couldn't see me. When I returned to my room, I was numb and confused. I sat on the bed and I heard the voice one last time. "You're mine now," it taunted. I didn't care. I couldn't even muster up enough emotion anymore. I've lost count of the days that I've been here. I don't think I'm dead, just not quite synced up with the rest of the world. These days, I'm the only one leaving notes, warning travelers not to look out the window, not to look. Most of them laugh when they see my scribblings, but I don't worry too much. It's the people that dwell too long on my messages that worry me. They're the ones that listen too closely to the voice in the window. They're the ones that might end up like me someday. There's a young couple staying here right now. I'm sitting outside waiting for them to quiet down and go back to sleep. I'm trying not to think of how life was before I ended up here. I mean, I've tried to leave, but I can't get past the parking lot. The only knowledge I get from the outside world is from my phone and the occasional news program that I watch during what passes as a continental breakfast at this motel. I think the two inside have fallen asleep. Well, he has at least. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about his girlfriend or fiance or whatever she is. I'm concerned for her. She's still up, eyes darting around. I know she saw my note, and she's definitely upset. She's the perfect target for it. Excuse me now. I'm gonna go huddle in the closet with my hand over my ears. The voice is going to start soon. The end. The end. Did you like that? That was I'm at Your Bedroom Window by Maya X Papaya. I hope you liked it. That's a very good classic creepypasta. I think it was originally a no sleep, but I'll count it. It's that good, honestly. Did you like it? We've got a fantastic list of other stories for tonight, too, but we've also done a lot of gabbing. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, welcome back, Marksy. Welcome back. I just got done reading a creepypasta. I'm so sorry you missed it. I'm so sorry. I know you love those. I do hope that everybody is having a lovely, lovely night. I'm sorry, I gotta do a little bit of... Oh, I gotta do a little bit of a neck massage. I'm taking off my headphones for a second. My neck hurts so bad right now. It's like all of my upper shoulder area too. Ugh. No, I wish that'd be easy to fix. What I usually do is I just like let my head drift back over the edge of my chair. That's usually enough to correct the gamer posture. Oh, I think this pain originated in my shoulders though from something else. Because I can't seem to get rid of it no matter how well I sit. It's fucked up, honestly. I do not appreciate it. Oh. I think I slept on something weird. And then the pain has just, been extended. I haven't been able to alleviate it. That is better, though. That is better, though. You know what? You know what? Let's do a proper posture check. We'll do a nice little one. Oh, you know that's a good stretch if it makes you yawn. We're going to start at the bottom of the spine this time. We're going to hope that this puts all of the upper parts into alignment more naturally. So we are first, base of the spine, where it connects to the pelvis. You might arch your back a little more forward or a little more back, creating a bend going either direction. What you want is for your tailbone to be pointing down. If it's starting to point any other direction, you might be tilted slightly. Let your pelvis kind of rock until you're just kind of sitting flat on your butt. It's a distinctive feeling. It's a distinctive feeling and is significantly more comfortable. From there, along with that rotating of the pelvis to sit flat, you're also going to feel your lower back press into your chair. Take a deep breath into the diaphragm. Feel that full lower body expansion. Feel the ribs come out. Feel the stomach expand. Feel the back press a little bit more. And on the exhale, relax into that new alignment. From there, we have a little bit of the middle back, and you might This is the part right underneath where the shoulders start. It's that little section there. You might actually start arching there if you have particularly bad posture. What you'll do is you will just, almost as if you're closing a zipper, bring that part of your back straight up further and further until you feel that thread pull to the top vertebrae. You'll feel it through your shoulders. You'll feel your chest naturally open up as your shoulders come back where they need to. What we're going to do to help these get into alignment as well is we're going to extend our arms out like a little T-pose, and we're going to rotate our shoulders forward, up, and back and down, letting them settle into that position. From there, it's the last few vertebrae in the upper spine into the neck. We're just going to keep pulling everything back, pulling that string at the top of the spine nice and taut. When we get to the neck, you might even feel a little bit of the posture rolling into place, like we felt with the lower spine, because there is a natural curve at the top of the neck. But it's almost like you have to shift where the vertebrae lower are rotated into, almost, if that makes sense, to completely take pressure off of it. And you might feel a little click as things fall into place. If you're having trouble, as you breathe in, don't try to tense up more. Feel where the tension is and forcefully relax it as you exhale. So breathe in, focus. Hold. And breathe out. Relax those parts of your body. Your body knows what's better for it. Your body knows what's better for it. That does feel better. That does feel a lot better, honestly. I hope everybody is having a lovely, lovely night with us. I do apologize, my dear lovely listeners, lurkers, and watchers. We have an ad break coming up here in just a moment. If you would like to avoid ads in the future, please do consider subscribing, as it does help us out a lot. And along with ad-free viewing, you also get access to custom emotes and a precious little sub-badge next to your name and chat. If you're not interested in any of that, still thank you so much for your continued support, and enjoy the ads. We'll take a little bit of a break whenever they pop up. Very short, very short. I've just got to run to the little gamer's room. And then when we come back, we'll read some more stories. I do hope that everybody is having a good night with us. Thank you all for being here. It is really cool to see our community expand over time. It's been a lot of fun, especially since it feels like, you know, Goopy Goblin Gamer Brain likes it when the number go up. You know, you get it. You get it. But it is really, really fun. It is really, really fun. Even when it happens just a little bit. Even when it happens just a little bit. Or a lot of it. It always happens a lot of it on the ASMR streams, which I think is funny. I'm glad that we found our niche that other people seem to like too. Excuse me. Alright, everybody. The ad should be starting here in just a few moments. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Enjoy the music. Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, you were listening to one of my favorite Silent Hill songs without me. What the hell? What the helly? I wish we could listen to more. I wish we could. They're all very good. They're all very good. I recommend them. Our page looks a little too bright. I'm going to... Hold on. I'm gonna take off. Bleh. I'm gonna take off that for now. And then I want... Where was it? There we go. I forgot that I had set it up for both of them. Now it's extra, extra spooky. Ooh. Ooh. I do hope that everybody is having a lovely, lovely night with us. Are you enjoying the scary stories? I said we were going to read something from Poe, but all of his stuff is so long. It's all so long and so verbose. But we could read a shorter poem, I think. I haven't read you guys The Raven in quite a while, actually. Am I heckin' cute? Am I heckin' cute? I don't think of it like that, but I guess if you do, that's okay. I don't know. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little girl failure on the internet. Thank you. I don't know, actually. My joke answer is usually, survival. But that's a really sad answer to give, so I stopped making that joke. It's fine. Hold on. Do you guys want The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe? It's honestly one of my favorites, obviously, for a lot of reasons, but, I've also got Dreamland in this one, or Fairyland. None of those are quite as long, though. One in Paradise. I think it is. I think this is the best one that's in my little book of poems from him. I have 2 books with works from sorry, I croaked there for a second. I've got 2 books with works from Edgar Allan Poe. And then I have one, which is a collection of short stories from Lovecraft. And In Ghostly Japan, which is a collection of anthological horror stories. All very cool. We could read The Raven. We could read The Raven and then read a couple of more SCPs or creepypastas. We can do that. I keep like tensing up my jaw. I am very easily anxious today, I have found. So I am looking forward to making dinner later and relaxing. I think that's what it is. I myself have not been consistently relaxed today. And it always really sucks. Sorry. It always really sucks when, like, you know, you're clear-headed enough to realize that something is happening. Either, like, something in your brain is offset, something in your body is offset, and it kind of makes you a little tweaky, you know? Like you get a little bit overly anxious. I think this happens to people a lot with the chronic conditions, which is just that it, sometimes you can be aware of it, but that doesn't help. My body is just, at this exact moment, in a cycle of being very tense and very anxious. And a lot of the passive things that my body does to self-regulate are not really working or not really consistent right now. So I have to step in. I have to do a lot of unconscious things consciously. Like, I need to remind myself to breathe. I need to check in with my body and get certain parts to relax. Make sure I'm not putting pressure on too weird parts or anything. I need to be conscious of it. I need to be present of it. Mindful. When my mind wants to lose itself, I need to seek being mindful. That's a cushy job. Yeah, it's kind of like I think comparing it to the kind of locked-in mode that people find themselves at work. Even if you're not doing something particularly stressful at that moment, you might just be kind of primed for a disaster to occur. So your stress levels are a little bit naturally higher, you have a little bit more adrenaline going through you, cortisol levels are a little bit higher, your body is expending more energy. Just to be ready for something bad to happen. Relinquishing that control is a very difficult thing to do. But giving our bodies the fuel that it needs, that can be something that helps. Kind reminder to stay hydrated. If you need to eat, whatever it is, if you need to eat, please eat something. Keep up your strength. It's so important. Water can get you far, getting sunlight and activity can get you far, but your body needs energy just to exist. All you got is a ham and cheese sandwich? Eat a ham and cheese sandwich if you're hungry. If all you got is bread, eat some bread. I've been there. It's better that you got the calories to spend than not. That will be the thing that sets you up the best to deal with any disasters that may be arrives. It's hard to get out of that mindset. That's why I do think it's very important to have rituals throughout the day, whether it's at work, before, or after. It's good signals to the body that your pace is changing. Now, again, obviously, with having mental health conditions, doing that can be fairly difficult. It's still possible, though. It's still possible, though. Good and healthy habits are still possible even when we have extenuating factors. I'm at work. I don't need anything. You don't get little snacks throughout the day? Or take a lunch? Oh goodness, yes. Even just little snacks can help better your body's ability to deal with the stuff that you've got going on. Your brain uses calories. Your body uses calories just passively. If at work you're thinking, if at work you're usually thinking about something, you're spending calories. Don't let anybody tell you to not snack on the clock. Boss makes $1, you make a dime, snack on company time. Do it. Do it. You deserve it. You can always go to the grocery store and go to like the self-packaging section where they usually have like nuts and dried fruits and stuff like that. you can usually go there and you can either get, like, make your own trail mix basically, or sometimes they have granolas or their own little, like, made trail mixes, and it's really easy to get, like, big bags for super cheap. That's a really good work snack. Just treat yourself like a hamster. Treat yourself like a hamster all the time, and your life will get better. Now, for the third type of promise story. I don't like lying in my titles. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, as I pondered weak and weary over many a curious and quaint volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books a crease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating, and then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is that I was napping, and so gently you came tapping, so tenderly you came rapping, so faintly you came tapping, tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. For here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard the tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," I said, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then there what at—" I always fuck up on that line. Damn it. "Surely," I said, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, then with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least absence made he, not a minute stopped nor stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. A bust of Pallas? is a turn of phrase to describe the head of Athena. It is a stone bust, like the solid white ones that you see. It is Athena, the raven that has so diligently tried to make its way into our writer's study room, has perched upon the shoulder of Athena above this man's door, and he and Athena are now looking down upon him. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of its countenance it wore. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art surely no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marvel this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy it bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast above the chamber, upon the sculpted bust above the chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. Would you guys still like me if I was named Raven Nevermore? Should we just go for it? I think RavenAnarchy is a fantastic radio host name, but Raven Nevermore is quite fun, honestly. Maybe that's what'll make my legal name so I can write it on my taxes. But the Raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he shall leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Isn't it? Isn't it? It is very whimsical. It is very whimsical. Lazy, did I tell you, or I'm so sorry, I can't remember if you were here with us on Monday. I got to go to the Ren Fair over the weekend. I know, I got to leave the station, it's crazy. I got to go to the Ren Fair over the weekend, and for the first time in my life, I got to hold a raven. I got to be close to one of my cousins for the first time ever. It was very, very cool. Isn't it? I even got a video of it and everything. I was very happy. Plaga Quarta, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you are enjoying your time with us. Thank you for the follow. That is a really fun name. I like that. I really like that. Sorry, I'll stop getting distracted. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken. Doubtless, I said, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking, fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim and gamely, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight glowed over. But those velvet violet lining, with the lamplight glowing over, she shall press on, nevermore. Then I thought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried. Sorry. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee. Respite, respite, nepent thee from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind Nepenthe, and forgot this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Thank you for the reminder to stay hydrated. Plega Gorda, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I don't trust myself to say somebody's name without really trying. I should get better about that, though. From Dark Souls. Yes, that's right. You did tell us about that. You did. My canon name, if you will, is Raven. My mother had prophetic dreams about ravens for 2 years before I was born, and so named me that. The anarchy part is my own choosing, but I very closely identify with my name. You guys, anybody who thought that I picked my username, may have thought that I picked it because of my characteristics. Nope. No, I am just a bird person. I am just the walking human equivalent of a raven. I like shiny things. I like I like choosing to be silly and trying to have fun with stuff. I am very inquisitive, and I like solving puzzles and building my own tools to do so. There's a lot of fun little idiosyncrasies like that. My mother used to make, in a kind way, my mother used to poke at it, because she knew that I was uncomfortable with how big my forehead is. She used to tell me that that was because ravens have incredibly developed frontal lobes, and very particularly a very developed, what is it, cerebellum, which that's what gives them a lot of their personality and a lot of the silly things that they do, like making games. That seems to be the part of the brain that does that. And so my mom would just tell me that's why I was so creative. I have a big forehead because I think a lot. Fat plague. Oh, that's cute. Is it okay if I picture you like a plague rat, but like that really chubby plague rat from he's not a plague rat in the film, but the really chubby rat from Ratatouille. Is it okay if I picture you like that? That's kind of a cute image in my one of my first usernames was plague rat. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh well, also, I didn't say actually, the anarchy part of my name comes from one of my favorite shows being Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. I adopted the last name of the angels. I actually have the only piece of merchandise that I have, which does make me sad because there's some really cute stuff, especially now. I do actually have a sticker on the side of my PC that is the repent motherfucker, but in like pretty purple sparkly text. It's really cute. Oh no, where were we? I lost my place in the poem. Is that blood? There's some blood on the page. How did that get there? Weird. She just goes to sleeping. Ah. That is really cute. I feel like that's pretty apt. It's very cute. We're getting to the crescendo of our author's psychosis. Excuse me. Good idea. Good idea for a posture check. Thank you, Lazy. Prophet, I said. Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, rather temper sent or rather tempest tossed thee ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in glade? Tell me truly, I implore. Amosa, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely night. Thank you for the follow. The line here, is there balm in Gilead? This is a turn of phrase from the early 19th century, effectively to describe. The author is asking essentially, is there a heaven that souls can go to? Is there a place otherworldly that the dead can pass on? He is asking if Lenore's soul still exists there, or if it remains in this plane. Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by the God we both adore. Tell this soul if sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn, it shall clasp a saint maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into thy tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken and quit the bust above my chamber door. Take thy beak from out my heart and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out thy shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. The end. I do like the scratching sound of this book because it's the really nice, like, woven cloth. Are you gonna let it in? It sounds like it really wants in. I do hope that you have all liked the stories of this evening. I've got a few more on the agenda. But I think I've been neglecting our triggers a little bit. Just a little bit. I've got my favorite one personally. And I actually haven't messed with it in a little while. And I want to. I have this very cool sensory slime that smells like cherries and looks like gore. It is a jelly pumice texture. And so it's very sizzly. Just has to be warmed up a little bit. I think it generates some very lovely, like, inner ear scratching kind of noises. I never asked you. How has everyone been doing on their self-care today? What have you had to eat? Have you had dinner yet? What are you having, if you haven't? Ooh, I could see that. I could definitely see that, Lazy. I think I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna make some really spicy ramen, put in a lot of vegetables, maybe even some chicken. That'll be really good. I can hear it. I can hear it. The pops kind of sound like little stuff breaking up. Oops, sorry. Okay. Let me try to whip it up a little bit and we'll get some really good bobs. I really do want to get more of these. I like them a lot. Do you want to see what it looks like? I can put my camera on. I can, if we really want to. Actually, I don't know. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. I forgot the outfit that I'm wearing today. Let's see. Let's do. Will this actually show? I don't know if it will. I kind of like the pull away sound, like if I crunch it together like this, and then pull my hands back really quickly. That little sound is quite satisfying. It's not gonna be, oh god, it is huge. Oh god, it is huge. Hi. Oh wait, you can't see me yet. Never mind. Not high. Not high. What am I talking about? Trying to make myself into a square. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. You're watching me live throw stuff at the wall and see what happens. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. I will hydrate in 1 second. 1 sec, 1 second. I have to find the asset I'm looking for. I always make things harder on myself. I do. Leave me alone. Everybody likes the effect that's created from me being very particular about the aesthetic of the stream, so I don't mind. Oh, thank you. It's kind of an accident, technically. Kind of. It was, we're supposed to be a little bit smoother, but something happened with the program that I use, and, it doesn't quite work like that, which is very weird. I have noticed, again, for anybody who likes VTM, I've noticed the model kind of moves around like a character from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. And that might be just because of how I puppet it, but it is possible that it's just something funny about, like, how do I put it? Like, just like how it's translated, you know? There's some things that I've noticed. It definitely looks like a VTM character, or a Bloodlines character, sometimes. Okay, there we go. Hi. Hi, everybody. Oh, this is a fun way to do this. This is a fun way to do this. Hell yeah. Alright, check it out. That's the slime. It's like a little puck of gore. Check it out. Oh god. Isn't that cool? If I crunch it together like this, it looks super gnarly. There we go. Also, hi. I am on screen today. Hello. I'll try to have this set up for in the future. I want to do this with one of the dust bunnies. Would you just let me mold you like putty into a completely different shade? Would you let me? They're the good pops, hell yeah. I should do something a little bit for this. It looks good, but my aesthetic brain is telling me that it needs more. I did get a new outfit. It's really simple, but I picked up the new pair of shorts. And I got this shirt and a very comfy tank top. And some of those, the black athletic shorts that have the white stripes on the side. Sorry. I got another pair of those. All very comfy clothes. I want to try to get another pair of these shorts because they fit very well. I would like more dresses though. I really like wearing dresses. Kind of like a hand massage to play with these. I think the pumice is getting really sharp though. There's no way there isn't like a little bit of blood in here. No way. try to get it really whipped up. The Terry. It's kind of like, what is it? What is it they do with candy when they're making it? They like pull it on a big hook to aerate it and fold it over on itself hundreds and hundreds of times. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Whipping up big air bubbles. There we go. You remember how like dark and saturated that it was? It's lightened up considerably now. I can't get it to be like fluffy. I don't know if I'm just not like mixing it up enough. Oh man, I completely forgot. That was something that I was gonna put on the birthday donathon thing. I guess it is a donathon, isn't it? One of the goals I was gonna put on there is that we were gonna make slime together. I completely forgot. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, 1NJC. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely night. Oops, I broke it. I broke your heart. I'm so sorry. So sorry. There we go. Okay. I gotta be careful. I can't mess with it too much because it hurts my hands. But the container itself makes great noises. Okay, I'm running away now because I'm scared. I'm running away now because I'm scared. Goodbye. I get really nervous about being on camera. I can't help it still. I will keep that setup in mind for the future, though. I'd like to make something cute with it. We will be working on fairly soon, hopefully, getting a hold of a not mic arm, a camera arm that will allow us to have that like proper top-down kind of hand cam angle. I can't do that because my camera doesn't work like that. I would basically have to have it set up like right in front of my chest, looking down at the keyboard. And I don't know how I feel about giving chat the like titty POV, to put it lightly. I don't know how I feel about that, so I know there are some people that are gonna say, oh, I don't care. I know you don't care. It's not about you. It's not about you. Who wants another scary story? Sorry. Let's read. I'm pulling from a random list that I found of short stories. Those ones are more funny. I wanted something real kind of creepy. This one is called The Shy Guy. No, you know what? My birthday month. I'm treating myself. I want my favorite SCP. Oh, my favorite one. $23.16. By order of the Overseer Council, the following describes a Keter-class anomalous cognitohazard and is level 4, 2316 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden. Item 2316. Level 4, secret. Containment class, Keter. I just hydrated. I just did. That's what that sound was. That was me putting down my water bottle after taking a big gulp of water. Sure you didn't. Sure. Oh, oops. Well, that's okay then. That's okay then. Cognitohazard warning. The following file contains images and text that are carriers for anomalous cognitohazardous influences. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. Due to this, it is imperative that all personnel accessing this file are certified as having been cognitive resistance value, CRV, of no less than 14.5. Should you fail in automated CRV verification, please remain calm and do not move. A member of your site's medical staff will be with you shortly. They have been waiting for you for so long. Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Run adjusted tonal variance processor. Verification complete. User CRV is within acceptable limits. SCP-2316. Special Containment Procedures. Under no circumstances are the Foundation personnel to approach 2316. Observation must only be carried out by remote dummy probes utilizing video and audio recording equipment. Only those personnel adequately rated for exposure to cognitohazardous anomalies may review footage and audio of 2316. The lake in which the anomaly is located has been quarantined and fenced off and is to be routinely patrolled by individuals who have not been exposed to it before and have no prior knowledge of its characteristics. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. Individuals who attempt to bypass the enforced quarantine must be apprehended and moved to Site 33 for full cognitive influence screening. Individuals who come within 50 meters of the lake containing the anomaly are to be considered lost. Sorry, if you have not read the page for this one specifically yourself, highly recommended. Some fun stuff happens here. Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Run adjusted tonal variance processor. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Verification complete. User CRV is within acceptable limits. Description: SCP-2316 is the designation. sorry. SCP-2316 is the designation of an anomalous phenomena existing within the lake. Redacted. It is the designation of an anomalous phenomena existing within the lake. Within County 2316 manifests as a group of human corpses floating along the small group at the surface of the water. Footnote: due to the nature of 2316, it is uncertain how many individual corpses exist within the group. The number is currently estimated at 45, but it's been estimated as high as 200 or more. The identities of the corpses are cognito hazard removed, automated change unknown, though DNA testing has been inconclusive. While SCP-2316 appears to be an individual instance, it is theorized that 2316 may instead be an entity composed of a collective consciousness. Individual instances do not act on their own, but do seem to act as a collective, single unit. Footnote 2. I know who they are. I know their names. Each and every one of them. Don't you? The individual instances of SCP-23 are unrecognizable, and you do not recognize the bodies in the water. Footnote 3. Jeremiah Fernand, Arthur Scott, Denise Clark. Cognito hazard removed. Automated message edit logged. SCP-2316 hosts a powerful cognitohazard effect, causing those who have viewed 2316 are aware of certain parts of its nature, or who were enrolled in the cognito hazard removed automated message invalid. To believe that the individual instances of 2316 are human beings they recognize, typically from childhood. Footnote 4. They're lying. They know damn well who they are. The cognito hazard is real, but it's just their way of crying for help, of letting people know who they are, who they were. Attempting to come in contact with 2316 instances by way of entering the lake or touching an instance will cause the instances of 2316 to appear. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. The additional instances only serve to reinforce and add to the strength of the cognito hazard. Footnote 5. How can you not recognize the bodies in the water? Compelling affected individuals into the lake. Individuals who enter the lake in this way are lost and to date have not been recovered. Addendum 2316-1. Interview. Data expunged. Footnote number 6. They do not want to show you, but I will. Below. You need to see this. They were your friends. Verification come in user console is within acceptable. Let me show you their faces. Begin log. Dr. Harrison, did you feel compelled to enter the water, like someone was pulling you? Subject redacted. What? No, of course not. There's nothing wrong with them. They didn't drag me in. I saw them in the water and I went myself. I needed to see them. I wanted to hear what they were saying. They were my friends. When you entered the water, what did you see? Footnote 7. You do not recognize the bodies in the water. Faces. My friends, faces I recognized, some I didn't, but they became more familiar as I saw them. I've known them my whole life, but there was something wrong with them. Wrong with them? Like the faces of someone who you've seen in a dream, where you can't remember it right. There's something wrong in the way that they were speaking. Speaking No, that's not possible. They're simply not moving their mouths, but I could hear them asking for help. They told me. They told me who they were. They told me that you knew who they were, enough of that. You're clearly succumbing to the cognitohazard. We need to get you medical attention. Agent, if you would, get your hands off me. I know all their names. Harrison, I heard them speaking to me. Every single one of them. All it takes is one person to see them and tell people, and they'll know that that you're trying to hide. Kirk Longwood, high school class of. Subdue them. Get them out of here. Take them to anesthetics and turn the goddamn recorder off. Log ended. Well, hi, hello, Lacey. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely night. Where is... Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Run processing. Processing complete. Results displayed. Verification incomplete. User CRV is not within acceptable limits. User CRV influenced by active cognitohazard. Please stay still. A member of your site's medical staff will appear with you shortly. Terminal lockdown. Addendum 2316.2. Invalid entry. Below. Terminal LO-FA-32. You don't have a lot of time. You'll need to get away quickly. Go back to the lake, go into the water, look into their faces. It's your friends, your classmates. You took the trip to the lake in the fall of '75 together when you were young. Don't you remember? Look into their eyes. I know you can hear them talking to you, just like they talk to me. Don't let them tell you that it's just a cognitohazard. This was their fault. They caused this. We were all innocent kids. Don't you remember? And you just got away. You and I. The rest of them are at the bottom of that lake, waiting for us to go back to them and be whole together again. They want us to know. They want us to remember. Wake up. Remember the fall of '75, the year we were supposed to graduate. Don't let them make you forget. They're calling to you. Can't you hear them? 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 Can you hear them? Can't you hear them? Can't you hear them? Look into their eyes. Can't you hear them? Can't you hear them? We didn't know what was in the lake. The Foundation didn't try to save us. They watched us and let it happen. Nobody stopped them. You do recognize the bodies in the water. You do recognize the bodies in the water. You do recognize them. They're waiting for you. We were there with them. Go back to the lake. That is the end of the first entry for SCP 2316. There are multiple parts here that are very, very cool, and if you have not had a chance to read it for yourself, I highly recommend going to the page and maybe hitting Control A at a couple of parts. Maybe, if you want to. If you want to. It is very fun to read. I like this one very specifically because it uses a lot of different aspects of the medium that it's presented in, and I think it has fun with it. There are 2 connected pages. Prelude, First Bell, which contains a list of individuals, a graduating class, and not fade away. This is not registered as an official page in the dissertation. You have to work very hard to find it. That would be fun. That would be fun. I think that'd be cute. I really want to do a properly produced read of Not Fade Away, because there's a lot of little fun extra bits to it. But it is the reason that 2316 is my favorite. I think it does well. I think it does really well at what it's trying to do. But, that was the last one that I had queued up. Let's see. Oh, we've been hanging out for almost 4 hours. That is usually my limit for one of our ASMR streams. And I've been speaking fairly poorly tonight. So my voice is a little more tired than I'd normally be okay with. I think it's a good idea to go ahead and call it a night. To thank all of the lovely, lovely dust bunnies for hanging out with us. I hope you had a lovely time together. I did. I had a great time. 973, let me see. Let me see. Does it have a name? Oh, is it like a possession kind of thing? Ooh, this one does sound fun. You know what? I'll make a proper SCP night. I'll get everybody on the Discord's favorite ones and we'll read them all together. I think that'd be fun. I should make an official list of them. I was trying to take from a random list, but then I like skimmed through and was like, oh, I'm not actually interested in any of these. None of these actually sound interesting. I'll try to find the other one that I really like, which is the post-apocalyptic radio station. I think that's a part of a series of posts, so I'd like to read all of them, I think. Sorry. I should head off. I am very tired. The fatigue just hit me like a wave. I'm so sorry, everybody. Thank you all so much for spending the night with me. I hope you had a lovely, lovely, lovely time together. I'm gonna go take care of myself. I'm gonna go eat because I feel like I need to. But I do hope that you had fun together. Thank you all for being here. If you would like to hang out with us again, please do remember to follow, subscribe if you would like to, and join us over on Discord. !Discord in the chat, or link is in the panels. We would love to have you. We will see you again this upcoming Friday, same bat time, 6 p.m. Central Standard, same bat channel right here for a hard mode run of Silent Hill 2 original. I can't wait. It's a part of our fun birthday month celebrations, and I hope that you will join us. Otherwise, I do hope that you have a lovely, 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 lovely rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is for you. Take care of yourselves. You have a wonderful night, Lazy. Thank you for joining us. You take care of yourselves. Do what you need to do.